You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
On today's episode of Annual Pass, we talk about theme parks and video games. And there's one series that I am afraid to tell anyone that I haven't played. Find out what it is right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Annual Pass. This is the podcast where we talk about theme parks, all things theme parks, rides, shows, attractions. If it happens in a theme park or it involves a theme park in some way, it happens here on Annual Pass. I'm your host, Jack Pattillo, and of course, joining me as always is my lovely, talented, beautiful co-host, BK. Hi, Beaks.
Hello.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful.
Excellent, excellent. I see you wore the exact same thing you wore last week.
I did. It's just chilly, you know. Like.
Don't worry, I did too, so it's all good.
Twinning.
Yay! Anyway, hi everyone, welcome. Make sure to follow us on all the social media stuff. We are annual_pass over on Twitter and on Instagram. We're Annual Pass Pod over on TikTok. We are youtube.com/Annual Pass if you want to see our beautiful faces and also point out that we're wearing the same clothes 2 weeks in a row. It's because we recorded 2 episodes. Secrets. Sausage talk. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome. It's good to have you. Oh yeah, also buy some merchandise. Store.roosterteeth.com. There you go. Do the thing. Buy the stuff. Rock the shirts and send us photos of you rocking said shirts in theme parks. That's always good. Hey, it is currently, if you're listening to this live right now, it is roughly April 12th. And that means yesterday was registration for Marathon Weekend 2024. And we're fingers crossed, hoping that that BK and Ben made it into the 5K. I'm doing the 5K, and I think I'm going to do the marathon again as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a good, like, because I can pretty much knock out a 5K now. Like, that's not scary to me anymore.
Insane.
Because once you do enough of them, it really is not scary. But a marathon is something that's like you do have to train for, and that's kind of like the carrot on the stick for me.
Okay.
I've kind of fallen out of shape since I did the marathon in January, and it's like, okay, I did it. Or I did Dopey in January, and so now I'm like, okay, I can breathe, and very quickly, my old body and lack of metabolism, I put on some weight. So I'm like, all right.
With you, oh no.
Yeah, so now I'm like, all right, time to me to put a new carrot on the stick to work out a little bit more. But anyway, so good luck to you. Hopefully you guys made it into Marathon Weekend. Rope Drop Run Club, if you want to join it, you can join our Discord and meet all the rope drop runners, and they're awesome, super friendly people. As a matter of fact, I'm hanging out with Kimmy, possibly. Kimmy, who's one of the Rope Drop Run Club people. She's going to be in Florida when I'm out there. It's like, hey, we might go hit up Universal together.
Nice.
Like, have some time. So it should be fun. Anyway, today's episode, we're going to do a fun one. So a couple weeks ago, we did an episode which was my top 10 theme parks in movies. And we got a good response to that. I think it was pretty good. It's still controversial of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, I think.
Yes, indeed.
But Waterloo, man. Waterloo's the greatest.
Okay.
And also, any way you can get Keanu Reeves in a top 3.
You know what? You're right.
Podium. He's going to show up to accept the award. So when we have that, that day, he'll come out. And anyway, so we want to do something similar. So BK, you actually came up with this idea of how about theme parks featured in video games?
Yes!
Because, we, like, obviously, Rooster Teeth, our parent company, we started as a video game company. Like, we both come from Achievement Hunter, which is video game heavy. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you know what, let's talk about theme parks and video games, because we've played a lot of video games.
Yes, we have indeed.
And it's wild, because the more and more I thought about it, the more of, like, lists I started going through and just thinking back in my career playing video games. There are a lot of theme parks and video games. And we're going to touch on a few of them. I don't have a list. I don't have like a top 10 or anything.
You haven't numbered them, no?
No,
okay.
But I figured to kind of go through and talk about some of our favorites.
Totally.
And just mention some that you may have forgotten. And we'll go through it. So should we just dive right in?
I think we should.
Okay, so the first one that popped up a lot because I was just doing Googling for like theme parks and video games and whatnot. Cuphead.
Yes.
So Cuphead is a relatively new game, very, very beautiful game, all hand-drawn animation, really awesome stuff. The second world takes place in a fair, which is called Carnival Kerfuffle. And the whole level is like a theme park theme to it. It's got like Ferris wheels and stuff.
Oh,
and
cool.
so really, really beautiful. Awesome game, really awesome music.
The game is stressful.
Amazingly visual art style. This is a game that I have not played.
Really?
Which I haven't.
Guess what?
No.
Me either.
What?
I think everyone's going to be upset with us now.
It's so good, and it fits like that hand-drawn animation vibe that like old school Disney did.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if you ever think of like when I think of like Disney from like the 30s and 40s, I think those skeletons that dance.
Yeah, the do.
And it's kind of like that, where it's like sort of everything kind of has a bounce
A
to
bop.
it.
There's like a rhythm for all the characters.
So is it like Cuphead and Mugman? Is that the other character?
Cuphead and Mugman.
Yeah, so you can play 2-player, and they do that kind of like everything sort of bounces to a rhythm to it. And I think it matches the music too, so it's like really, really cool.
I think we might have to play it or something.
We'll have to make it at least to the second world, which is Carnival Kerfuffle.
I think we can do that.
Carnival Kerfuffle. That's one of it's like a theater thing you would say over and over before going on stage, I think.
A tongue twister, yeah. Warm up.
Let's go back a little bit more old school, kind of my time, Super Nintendo era. Let's talk about Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest.
Diddy Kong!
So in that game, there is a level called Crazy Crimland. And it's basically it's like Ferris wheels and roller coasters. It's one of the stages where it's Crazy Kremlin. So I think not Kremlins. Kremlin is Russia. I forget what they're called, but there's like little alligator people and stuff. They're all the bad guys. Yeah. And so they have a whole level. It's Crazy Kremland, which is it's a theme park. And so you're gonna go around, and also of course Donkey Kong Country has a special place in my heart because now it is coming to Florida.
Yes!
And they're doing a Donkey Kong ride, which is
so cool.
Based off the mine carts from Donkey Kong Country. So
really?
Yeah. So Donkey Kong Country, like one of the big things, like even the first game, you have those levels where you're on like a little mine cart and you have to jump with the mine cart to get to different rails. So the ride they're doing, it's very, very neat where they actually, the track itself is on, like, it's kind of hidden away. And then there's a pole that goes up and it has a mine car attached to that pole. And there's another track. So there's a fake track that you're on. So you're on this track and you look and you see emeralds disappear and you make a jump to another track. So it feels like you're jumping track to track.
That's cool.
Super, super cool.
Oh my God, I'm excited now.
So they're building that right now in Japan. And the one in Hollywood probably won't have that. They just don't have the land for it.
Right, no space.
Yeah, so they probably won't have the Donkey Kong attraction, but the one in Epic Universe coming in 2025 will for sure have that.
Oh, yes.
So that is going to be super duper awesome, and I cannot wait for that. That's going to be a really cool ride. I love the idea of like, oh, you're on a fake track. I've never really seen anything like that before.
No, not really.
So that's going to be cool. So let's move on. So Fallout 4, did you play that? Did you play Fallout 4?
I played a little bit, but not enough.
Yeah, so there's Nuka World.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so there you go. Nuka World, obviously Nuka-Cola is sort of the brand that you see everywhere in Fallout, the bottle caps and stuff. Nuka World is a theme park inside the world of Fallout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I can't believe I did.
There's so many that I was like going through. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course this one.
Duh. Like,
I can't believe it at all.
no,
So-
the moment you say that, I think immediately of other games that like I played right away. I was like, didn't Left 4 Dead have like a whole carnival campaign?
Left 4 Dead 2 has Dark Carnival,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is the whole map is it's a zombie fighting game. The whole map involves you working your way through a carnival, and the idea is you want to stay quiet because noises will attract the horde.
Right, and there's like a lot of witches in that one too, and they get you.
At the very end of it, so it's Dark Carnival. It's like there's Ferris wheels, and it's like at one point I think you're going through a roller coaster. You have to jump around and stuff. And then the last mission, like sort of the finale, is there's supposed to be a band playing, and you just set off all the pyro of the band, and everyone attacks as the helicopters come to get you. And so
That's a good one.
that's a really, really good one. All right, so this one is a game I haven't played, but I think you've played. So Nier Automata.
Yes.
So there is an abandoned amusement park in it with a giant rabbit statue, I guess. I don't know. What happens in this one? Can you explain what's going on with this game?
You have no idea how much of a loaded question you just asked.
That's a heavy question. In short, to make it make sense, it's a very anime heavy game. But in the future, post-apocalypto, there are robots that are starting to have human emotions, and they've
Obviously.
congregated to this area of joy and are at this amusement park living these faux human lives as like clowns or people or
That's
entertainers.
horrifying.
And like one of the really good set pieces is you actually get to fight while you're on a moving roller coaster.
Oh, whoa.
Like they have kind of these bullet hell movements. That's like a style of game where you like shoot the bullets around you, don't let them touch you. And then you're fighting like enemies while the whole roller coaster is going in the scene. It's so awesome.
Oh, wow.
Like probably top, like number one like theme park in a game for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal moment.
That's the one with, is it 2B? Is that the name of the
2B,
character?
yeah.
I've seen a lot of
And
cosplay and like drawing of her and stuff. So
it's a cool world, a lot of awesome lore, but that moment in the carnival area is really like a very big and important moment to get like understanding of what the conflict is. So yeah.
And so apparently there is a giant rabbit statue in the area.
Yes.
And apparently if you attack it enough, it'll fight back, which is
crazy,
wild to me.
So many awesome secrets in that game.
Yeah. So that one's cool. That's a game that is one of those I just kind of miss. Like there's certain games like I've never played Final Fantasy, at least not since like Final Fantasy 2 or 3.
Well, you say that Final Fantasy, I think 7 also has a theme park in it.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
So
Do I have that on my list?
Crazy, Jack.
No, I don't. But I saw it, I think, at some point. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
I think it's 7.
But that
Gold saucer.
Is it 5 to
the gold saucer?
It's in several games. 7 and 14, I think,
Okay.
are like the two most notable ones.
Yeah, and that one is happy, right? Where it's like nothing bad happens at the end of the game?
Yeah, nothing ever bad happens in Final Fantasy games.
I'm not going to chime in and correct anything about that.
Yeah. I got in trouble. So
nothing.
I did an Inside Gaming report, one of the roundups I did, and it was all about like Final Fantasy 16 or whatever they're up to now. And there was something called Blizzaga, which I was like, I'm like,
The magic
Blizzaga. I'm like,
spell?
that looks like a fake word. What is this Blizzaga crap? And then the commenter's like, what are you talking about? How do you not know? And so I've gotten in trouble with some of the Inside Gaming crowd. I haven't played Final Fantasy. Anyway, honestly, another series I haven't played that I'm hoping you've played.
Okay.
I bet you've played it, Ben Alexa. Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
There's the Lakeside Amusement Park. And also inside the park is the Borley Haunted Mansion.
Surprisingly, I have not played the Silent Hill series.
Really?
I played the PT demo that came out
Okay.
forever
I
ago.
played PT.
But I'm way more in the Resident Evil realm of horror video games.
For sure.
But yeah, so there the Lakeside Amusement Park in Silent Hill, and also so there's the Borley Haunted Mansion, which I guess you go through. Is it like
I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, but I vividly remember the area you're talking about. That game is terrifying as well.
Yeah.
I was a little beb when this came out, so
this is like 4 years ago when you were so small.
Yeah, when I was so small, but very, very scary. I was trying to think of any other scary games that had like amusement parks in them.
I've got another one for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as far as scary goes. So you remember the game Until Dawn?
Yes.
So Until Dawn, that had starred like Hayden Panettiere and Freddie Mercury. what's his name? Who's the guy who played Freddie Mercury in Queen?
Freddie Mercury. Wait, that doesn't sound right.
And he was the Ra in the Night at the Museum.
I'm sorry, I'm really going through it right now.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I have the face. I can't.
I want to say he's part Egyptian.
Oh my god! Oh, I need to know.
Oh god, what is his name? Anyway, that guy. He's also in Until Dawn.
Hayden Panettiere, Peter Stormare, Rami Malek.
Rami Malek. There it is. Rami Malek. That was his name. Rami Malek.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, and also Peter Stormare's in it as well. Peter Stormare is a great character actor. He was in The Lost World Jurassic Park. He's been in tons of other stuff. He was in Big Lebowski. He was one of the nihilists in Big Lebowski. Anyway, Until Dawn. Great scary game. It was a what's the name of the company? Like not Mirror's Edge. It's anyway. It's a company that's made a whole series of anthology, like an anthology series about. It's kind of like play a movie sort of situation.
Yeah, it's like choose your own adventure.
The
for
developer
sure.
is Supermassive Games, and
Supermassive.
they have the Dark Pictures anthology.
Dark Pictures anthology is what I'm thinking of.
Yes,
So they've
Man
done a
of
whole bunch of
Medan.
those. Man of Medan. Like they've done a whole lot of different ones that we've played for Achievement Hunter. Until Dawn was one of the first ones we did. Had a really good time with it. But Rami Malek's in it, and great creepy game. They had a follow-up to it. I don't know if you know this. They made a sequel to it. And the sequel was called Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. It was a PSVR title.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, did not know this.
The original PSVR, it was a PSVR title, and the whole thing was a carnival where you're on a dark ride. So you're literally, because that way you can sit in one spot and it moves around you. So it's literally like you're on a dark ride.
Oh, cool.
And it's like, kind of fun at first, but then bad stuff happens and you have to like shoot things.
Oh my
and so,
gosh.
but the whole ride, it's like essentially a ride, a video game ride through
That's
Until Dawn.
awesome.
And so pretty wild. Like the trailer's creepy as heck. And at the very end, it was like, oh, there's the house from the end of the game and stuff.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Very, very cool. So, that's my other scary one I have on my
Okay,
list.
cool.
How many mobile games do you play?
I play a handful. I dabble actually.
Have you ever heard of The Simpsons Tapped Out?
No, I'm not a Simpsons gal, so put me on.
Brutal. Simpsons Tapped Out is a mobile game that came out probably about 6 years ago at this point. I played it for a long time. I had friends who worked at EA, so they gave me donuts, which are like the premium currency. They gave me a ton of those, and I was like,
nice.
yeah, whatever. Anyway, the game's still going around. The game's still kicking right now. There is the whole idea is you build your Springfield. And so it's like you can place the Quickie Mart and
got it.
in the houses and like different things, and characters come around and they pop up. They did a big expansion probably about 4 years ago at this point where they added Itchy and Krusty Land.
No way.
So you can design your own Itchy and Krusty Land.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can put attractions and you get like a different kind of currency which you can then spend and
awesome.
get all kinds of stuff. So anyway, Itchy and Krusty Land you can design your own.
Oh, that's sick.
Pretty rad.
I mean, we'd have to also mention all of the iconic games where we are really building roller coasters.
I've got a whole list of
there's a lot of those.
We'll get to those in a bit because obviously there's the roller coaster tycoon type games. Anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 had a whole theme park level.
Yeah, I did, and it was really pretty. I like the glowy and I don't know, it makes sense. Sonic on a roller coaster vibes, like the road spinning just gives roller coaster.
I miss the old school Sonic 2D style games. Like I was actually yesterday I was watching actually James from Funhouse was playing Sonic Frontiers, and it's like it's really cool, but it's like this doesn't feel
it's
like
the same.
Sonic to me. Even like Super Mario. Like once you took Super Mario out of like 2D, it's like it's
the 3D just wasn't it for you.
I couldn't do it.
So you weren't a Mario Sunshine
no,
kind of guy?
It was like Mario 1, 2, and 3, and I guess Super Mario World as well. Super Mario World is amazing. Super Nintendo game. Anyway, were there any theme parks in Super Mario games?
I think in Sunshine there is.
Sunshine.
I think so. Yeah, there's like a lot of levels. I think one of the levels is like an amusement park, and Super Mario Sunshine, you're like using your like water jetpack to do a lot of stuff and run around.
You like clear stuff off.
Yeah.
That was my the GameCube era. I just missed.
You missed the game? No, my
I hit a point in my life where it was Nintendo Genesis.
Okay.
Or excuse me, so it was Nintendo and Master System was what it was called.
Okay.
And then I bumped up to Super Nintendo and Genesis, and then I sort of fell off. Like I kind of got out of gaming, like sort of the beginning of my college career, sort of like high school,
right
like
at 64.
so 64 GameCube. I didn't play any of that stuff. And then I kind of jumped back in around like the original Xbox.
Okay.
And like
OG
and
Xbox.
PS1, PS2 era is when I kind of came back. And
That makes
I
sense,
missed and then I kind of strayed away from Nintendo for a long time because Nintendo kind of took we're doing kids games, and so I kind of ignored it.
They're like party games.
Yeah, I'm like Mario Party's like not really my thing. But then I was like, oh wait, now it's fun. But anyway. All right, I got a few more here. How about kind of a horror game, kind of like a comedy horror game, Dead Rising 2.
Oh, yeah, duh.
So Dead Rising 2 had a whole DLC, which was the Fortune City Amusement Park DLC. And so they apparently it's not canon, it's not part of the actual story, but they did a whole thing where it was like they have like roller coasters and stuff where like the roller coaster can come down and like kill zombies and things. But that game, so Dead Rising 2 took place in like their version of Vegas. So it was like already kind of like over the top neon and craziness.
That game
whatnot.
is very like whimsical and like silly. Like think like the movie Zombieland. If it were like a game, very much Dead Rising.
That's the closest analog to it, I would say.
For
it's
sure.
Like very, very much so. But yeah, that game was a lot of fun. I played the crap out of Dead Rising 2. Never really got into 3 or 4. Like I kind of like tapered off.
I heard 3 was all right in the last of it.
Did 3 bring Frank back? Like, did he come back from the first game?
Yeah.
And
so.
Yeah. After that one, I've got another one here. Did you ever play Sunset Overdrive?
Yes.
That
the
game,
Xbox title?
Yeah, that was one of the arcade titles. It was like one of the first massive arcade titles, I think, right?
I think it was like Microsoft Studios. I think it was normal.
That's right. It was a Studios title.
But it was
I knew
like
it was something
one of the
Microsoft
original Microsoft Studios wasn't doing a lot of games itself, and so that came out I think with one of the Xbox Ones as like a launch title.
Okay.
It was developed by Insomniac Games. It was one of the few
Nice.
Insomniac games that actually came out on Xbox.
Sick.
And so, but that one was a lot of fun. And that one also, too, there was a big section that took place within a theme park.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole game kind of gives theme park vibes. You're like grinding on rails and like flying all over the city while also killing these kind of zombie looking things.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it's super colorful, like really energetic. It's a fun game. It gives you that theme park energy for sure.
For sure, yeah.
The Xbox One came out November 22nd, 2013, and this game came out October 28th, 2014.
Okay.
So shortly after, they had a like promotional weekend where the game was free to play. I think I played the entirety of that game in about a day.
100%. Then bought it.
You dove in hardcore. And then the last one I've got a couple more here. BioShock 2. So in BioShock 2, there's the Ryan Amusements area of the game.
You just made me remember a core memory of playing BioShock 2.
Oh, yeah? What's that? What do you got?
Just
Oh, no.
just me sitting in front of my TV playing for like 25 hours straight, being scared out of my mind.
Good God.
Yeah, I know.
Did you ever do any cosplay? Any like BioShock 2 cosplay?
No, but I've always really wanted to do a Big Sister cosplay.
That'd be cool.
So
There you go.
yep.
All right, I've got a couple more here. Let's see here. Hitman Blood Money. So one of the older Hitman games, there is a level called the Southland Amusement Park. So apparently it's like, so Hitman, you basically send after like contracts, you have to go assassinate people and stuff. Apparently there's a giant Ferris wheel, and it's sort of like Coney Island type thing.
Okay.
It's not like a massive theme park, but there's a big Ferris wheel, and it's owned by this kind of corrupt dude who like got involved with drug dealers or something. And I forget if he hires you or if who hires you to take him out, but like Hitman style, like there's a lot of things you can do, or like you can trigger like accidental accidental deaths and stuff.
Like the environment effects where you're like, you set up different moments, like get the guy or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm pretty
or
sure the Ferris wheel is one of the things you can trigger.
That's
and it's
so
like,
cool.
And accidentally someone passes away. So, yeah, that one's a good game. I love me some Hitman. And then the last one I got here, aside from the sort of traditional one, so is Epic Mickey, which I don't know if you remember Epic Mickey.
I remember Epic Mickey.
I want to say, was it a Wii game? Like it was like you were spraying stuff down, like you paint with Epic Mickey. I mean, the whole game is like, it has stuff from Disneyland all over it. But I just looked at one scene. It was you're fighting the clock from It's a Small World, and it's like the clock's gone bad, and you have to like turn it back to good, and it's just like really spooky, kind of cool. And so I love that one a whole lot. So very, very neat title, and I wish they had more stuff like that. I wish Disney kind of allowed people to take the license and go a little bit nuts with it.
Please,
yeah. You get more Kingdom Hearts type stuff.
Listen, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, are you kidding me? Kingdom Hearts and the 3DS game Dream Drop Distance.
Of course.
There is an entire level that's pretty much a theme park.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's based off of Monstro level, so it's like Pinocchio.
Okay.
So like there's like
like Pleasure Island.
Yeah, and it's like that version in the game, and you're like fighting Heartless all over, and there's like the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. And then in Kingdom Hearts 3, you can actually use full-on theme park attractions as a battle mechanic.
Really?
Yeah, so you can literally like summon a Ferris wheel, summon bumper cars. Literally a roller coaster can come, and you're like making it fight things, and it's all very magical and over the top. So I would probably add those to my list respectively, because they have some cool theme park elements.
I might shock you, but I only played Kingdom Hearts 1. I never played all of the 90 spin-offs and sequels they've had.
Them all. Even the mobile game.
There was a Tron level in Kingdom Hearts 2 or 3? Or?
Both of them.
Really?
There are 2 Tron levels. There's one Tron level, Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they did like the new one. Like
Legacy?
Yeah, they did Legacy. So they had the OG Tron, which was a whole thing in Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I'm trying to think which one Legacy came out. I think it was like Birth by Sleep, maybe not, but they had like Clue. All the faces were like real people, and it looked good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's good. Ben Lexa, I saw you reaching for your microphone. Do you have anything to add to Kingdom Hearts?
No, I'm actually giving you more credit. I'm surprised you've even played just the first one.
It's arguably one of the harder ones.
Thank you. So. Yeah. See, that's how I go. The whole like gummy ship thing never made sense to me. Anyway,
it's okay.
It's a whole thing. So So what else you got on your list?
Okay, I got a good one, another spoopy one. I would say probably Bendy and the Ink Machine counts.
Oh, yeah, man.
Not only is it like dark, spooky kind of Disney characters, but like when you get towards the final boss, essentially it's like a super monster attraction that you fight. That's like one of those like spinny rides that has like arms with carts on them.
Yeah.
And it's alive with the head of their version of Walt Disney. And you fight it. It's pretty cool. So I would kind of count that because it has all these carnival vibes as you're getting into that area, and then the final boss is an attraction.
It's odd that how many of these are kind of like spookier type games. It's
something
like
haunting.
I guess the idea of like a spooky game is like you want to have something recognizable but with a twist on it. So it's like, this thing that's friendly and safe is like, maybe it's not. Bum, bum, bum.
There's a couple other rando ones. I would say like Splatoon 2 has like a theme park level. That's like the Nintendo game. You run around your little squid kid and you paint the floor. It's multiplayer. And in the backdrop, it's literally like you're like in a stadium that's a part of like a theme park.
Oh,
Like,
cool. Okay.
So everything around you is like screaming, I'm in theme park. This is Squid Kid theme park. So I really wish they had it for the story mode. Like that's something where I'm like, missed opportunity. Like you could have just put us there and let us paint the whole town.
That'd be awesome. Was there a carnival or theme park level for Rocket League? I want to say there was one like out in the distance.
I wanted to say that too, but I didn't play a lot of Rocket League, so I can't vouch.
It definitely like it got wild. Like we played it when it sort of first came out pretty hard for about a year, and then really is just like it's out of control. People are amazing in that
I
game.
will say though, Overwatch, and by extension Overwatch 2, has Blizzard World.
Oh yeah,
which is a whole level as if Blizzard properties had like a theme park. It starts you off like in a tavern, and it features their other game Hearthstone, and then you go out and it's rides and attractions throughout the entirety of the level. So while you're fighting and playing multiplayer online, you're also like distracted by balloons and kiosks and little rides and nods to all these other games.
You're just trying to get a churro and
pretty much just trying to play a game of Hearthstone.
Like, Mercy just keeps healing you. It's like, just give me a churro. That's all I want.
Come on,
man,
let me out.
And so one thing we didn't, like I sort of put as it aside were the building games, because there's a lot of those. I mean, obviously roller Coaster Tycoon is a classic. There's been like I think 3 or 4 versions of that. Planet Coaster is another one, kind of a spiritual successor to those as well. And I also threw Jurassic Park Evolution 1 and 2 on there as well, because you build your own version of Jurassic Parks. And so like those games are a lot of fun to me. I really love Jurassic Park Evolution.
I'd add Thrillville. That's one of the ones I grew up on, which was the same. I think what made that one different, which was really cool, is not only were you making your theme park, but the goal of the theme park was to like break the ride, which would like increase your thrill factor. But you don't want to do it too much because you don't want people throwing up after your ride. But also, if the track ends and the end of the ride is you parachuting, that sounds awesome, right?
That does sound awesome.
And then you can go in and walk around and ride the ride yourself and do stuff. And sometimes I felt like the other building games, you would just build it, but you don't get to like be inside it and like experience it. And this game, it was like you had your own avatar. You could go and talk to guests. So it was really cool.
Well, that was one thing about Jurassic World Evolution that I liked, was the fact that you can actually go first person. So like you can like if you have like dinosaurs that are sick or whatever, you have to like tranquilize them and then like helicopter them into like a health facility. And so you can send out little Jeeps to go do that for you, or you can literally like jump into the Jeep and drive it around and actually have like a little target and have to shoot them and stuff.
That's awesome.
And so that game was a lot of fun. So
I'm going to have to play it.
I played the first one pretty much. I think I perfected the first one before DLC hit it. And then I didn't play the second one, unfortunately. So maybe we'll play that. Maybe we'll make a video or something for the channel.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
We'll figure it out. So do you have any more? You got any more on your list?
I think we hit the major ones on my list.
There's some big ones there. I think really, I mean, Nuka World obviously is pretty significant for me. I spent a lot of time playing Tapped Out. Like I kind of fell off it, but I spent a lot of time playing that.
My personal favorite is Roller Coaster Tycoon theme park that I created myself, where no one can leave and the roller coasters shoot you off into space.
I love that.
There's a YouTube channel called Let's Game It Out. And this guy named, I think Josh is the host of the thing, and he basically will take games like building games and push them to their extreme.
Oh my gosh!
And you should go watch his Roller Coaster Tycoon videos. That's all I'll say. They are incredible. It's like, yeah. Anyway. So this is the point where I asked you guys, hey, what's your favorite theme park in a video game? It could be one of the ones we listed already, but if there's stuff we missed, there's a billion video games. And I know there are some games that we missed that have theme park stuff in them. Let us know. Let us know in the comments over roosterteeth.com, and we'll go through and we'll answer some, or we'll look through some of the answers during our next live stream, which I think probably it may be happening soon. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly when our April live stream is.
Yeah, but you can always check our socials to find out when they're coming up next.
Exactly. Follow us social media. We are annual_pass.
Our current next live stream is set for April 19th.
Hey!
At noon.
Nailed it. So next week we're doing a live stream. So if you answer the questions here, maybe next week we'll go through our live stream on the 19th. And go through it all and all of that and whatnot. So that's pretty much going to be it today. Kind of just a fun one today. We want to have a little bit of a good time.
A little chat. Anytime I can geek out about games and theme parks at the same time, I get a little excited.
I'm just waiting for you to talk my ear off all about Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts!
How many are there now? There's like 7 or 8?
Yeah, actually.
Jeez.
I'm trying to do the math, but it would take too long before we signed off. So I'm sorry.
Well, do you feel like you learned anything today, BK?
Yeah, I learned that we like a lot of different games.
Yeah. We come from different eras and have different tastes, but that's okay. That's why this works so well.
Totally. And
you can
way more.
You fill in the gaps. I'll give you some history. It'll be great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and way more theme parks and video games than I thought.
Yeah. There's quite a few. And I mean, this is just a short list of the ones kind of I tracked down, but there are a ton out there. So anyway, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure to grab some merchandise, store.roosterteeth.com as well. That supports the show and shows us that you love us. That means a whole lot to us. If you want to send us a postcard, you can send us a postcard or any sort of mail to Annual Pass, care of Rooster Teeth Productions, 1901 East 51st Street, Austin, Texas 78723. We love getting mail. We got some mail from Australia just recently. It was really, really cool. And that'll pretty much do it for us. So thank you very much, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.